Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk Thinking Right out here in the lab. What I do when I do for you. I got a good lesson for you today. Let's go. Right is in 25 rules to live by. Storyteller. Story with a message. Message in the story for life. Another life lesson. You see it, tuning in, enjoying them. I'm gonna keep giving it to you. I got another one for you today. Let's rock. Right Thinkers mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission for all my right thinkers to do just that. And it's the way it can be done. Trust me. Knowing thyself is the question. The answer comes from you. Let's go. Personal assessments and being honest with yourself, always the way to go. That's how you know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard that. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's what I do what I do. For you, stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm spiritual love clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my eye, be true. I'll listen to my philosophical, my guru, Sadi guru. I like to listen to him. And he said something I pretty much like and I agree with. So let's talk about right thinkers. Today's lesson is about living in the now, not the past, not the future. That's right thinkers philosophy. He got his, I got mine. I heard his, so I'm gonna give you mine. Right thinking philosophy says live in the now. Use your spiritual knowledge, your knowledge of self, when daily. Why? To do the right thing, to keep you on course, to keep you focused, and to keep you doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. That's the now. When you're living in the now, you are in control over what? Your ego self, okay? Thinking, acting right at all times, holding yourself accountable to do the right thing. I changed my whole lifestyle by putting myself in position to stay accountable spiritually and do the right thing for the right reason. I'm a different person for that philosophy that I've adopted. I'm teaching it so maybe others can benefit from it also. It ain't for everybody, trust me. I used to live right in the future. I planned on this. In my mind, yeah, and I none of it came true. So you can't live in the future. Wow, you can only project or imagine the future. You can't live in it. You live in the now. And philosophically, that's what a lot of people worried about what happened yesterday, worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, and not living in the now. Like Miyagi told my man, he said, no, you worry about this, you worry about that, but you don't worry about you at the moment, right now. Live in the moment. We have two things. The brain is broken into two hemispheres, male, female, left, right, all that, not. But it's really about memory and imagination. You can go backwards and relive what already happened, memory, or you could project forward, aka the dream state, or imagine what you want to do, how you want to do it. So they're both used simultaneously. When you do that, you have balance. When you are too much in the past, you're depressed. Too much in the future, you all amped up and excited. Anxiety. Why? Because thinking of something that haven't happened. A lot of our thoughts, 90% of them never materialize, but we beat ourselves up over a bunch of nonsense again. When you don't live in the now, the future will haunt you and the past will catch up with you. So live in the now and keep all that out. Know it, understand it, put it where it's supposed to be, and keep the balance. Get used to what? Living in the now. That's what's real. Take it from me. P-Funk. I'm pure real. I didn't have a clue about what I know now. Back then, when I took that concept, I just knew I'm going to keep it real, if nothing else. Come hell or hot water, like Ali said, if I don't find it, at least I live as I believe. I'm going to do what I think is best for me. I had that concept when I was young. It was just wrong. But again, we do what we think and what we believe. So they're understanding that. So if you believe in and thinking it ain't on point, you're going to do the wrong thing. Again, living example. I can tell you that from experience too. The next thing, let's talk about the past. Why you can't live in the past. Why the past is over. Don't try to relive it or live in it. Why? You can't. It's over. You can't redo something that's already done. Simple as that. It's time. Time don't stop. Time don't go backward. No, you get with this movement or you're going to get run over. Simple as that. So we all know that at one point in time, we all got caught up in what? Living in the past. Be it good or bad. You can't rewind your memory. You can rewind your memory tape, but you can't live it. You can't go back and change nothing about it. So it's pretty much a tool that you can use to learn from after experiencing it, be it good or bad, get something from it and move on. But living it ain't happening. Going back ain't gonna happen. So don't let that put you at the depressed state or get you excited because of the past. The past is over. It took me years to get over some of my past experience. I've been living that drug hustle life for a long time. Man, that got me nothing but jail time. So to keep playing that tape was useless for me. Okay, redundant. It didn't make sense. Okay, and over to move on, get past that. We all have a past. Some of us still live in it. Some of us can't get past it, but it's what it is, the past. I take a stroll. Now, every now and then, yeah, I want to make sure I make that note. I take a stroll down memory lane every now and then. Sit here and, whoa, get out of there. Why? Because it wasn't always good. I take a stroll down memory lane from time to time, but I don't live there. I don't get stuck there. I just stroll through and remember and reminisce. I drive to the old neighborhood, all that's, but that's fine. That's fine. But don't make that a part of your lifestyle when you live in that mind state. Useless. All right, I want to get that point across because we all done that. We all experienced the past, whether it be a good memory or a bad memory. When you walk that walk, you're gonna experience it again. So prepare yourself for either tears or laughter, but your choice. I have learned to learn from what my past experiences to what help me in my future, but it keeps me grounded in the now. That's philosophical concepts that if you can symbolically make something work in your favor, that's what you use it for, to work for you. The future, let's talk about that. The future is yet to happen. We all dream. You can't live in a futuristic state of mind. Why? You lose the now. You'll lose the now. You don't want to forsake the now for the past. You sure don't want to forsake it for the future. Something that haven't even happened. Planning for it, yeah. Preparing for it is what you do, but you can't live in it. The future, aka, is imagination, is thinking ahead or making plans to do something that you plan to do for yourself from the inside. You working on this, you want that to happen. Some of those things will happen. A lot of them won't. I'm just saying. Your dreams is imagination or your subconscious at work. Everything that you hear, see, do during the day, the subconscious just grabs it, just yeah. And then at night, when you close your eyes, when you get tired to where you want to rest the body, and the mind don't stop because you go to sleep. Subconscious, like the cockroaches back when it's coming up. When lights is on, you don't see none of them. But if the lights go out, it get quiet. Subconscious creeps just like that in your dreams and in your thoughts when you go to sleep. So understand that. Again, that's a mental state that you can control. It's called lucid dreaming, another lesson. But when you get more focused and in tune with yourself by daily meditation, prayer, you become understanding of you and you know how you work. I know when I lay down, I'm about to go into that dream state. I prepare myself to go to sleep. And in my dream, I'm functioning knowing I'm in a dream state. That's lucid dreaming. Let me get back to the lesson side about that. But yeah, it's all mental. It's a state of mind. If you don't play with your mind, if you don't exercise your mind, if you don't expand your mind, you're just wasting it. And the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Not using it is wasting it. Simple. Okay, let me get back to this lesson in the future. All right, watch this. Yeah, in life, we make plans for our life in the future. That's what you do. But you can't live there until what? You get the now. Living the now is preparing you for the future. The future is going to come. The future eventually going to be the now. But as long as you keep projecting, the now will always be overlooked. Why? Because you're getting past the now. Don't forget the moment. Live in the now. When you manifest in the now for your future and now you're right thinking. You're producing and manifesting now, but the future was the thought that you had about that a while ago. And it comes to fruition, manifestation. But now makes that possible. So having imagination means it gives you something to shoot for, gives you something to reach for. So, but living in the future ain't happening. We thought we were gonna be having flying cars by now. The Jetsons, remember that? Another lesson. Okay. But it's all mental. It's good to play the mind game. You can bend your mind, you can shape your mind. It's pliable. That's why young people are easy to teach. Why? Because they're not locked into a one way of thinking. Okay, they're not brainwashed, they're not focused. They just absorb it, whatever you give them, and then they can use their own discernment. If we taught our young the truth, how to think and function at an early age, it wouldn't take them so long to figure life out for themselves. I'm just saying. The idea is to make the future into the now. That's manifesting dreams and thoughts so you can make it happen. That's living. That's right living. Okay, manifestation of the thoughts that you have about whatever you want. You make them happen. You bring them to fruition. Next one. Live in the present. Here we go. It's life's gift. They call it present for a reason. It's a gift. Oh, God woke me up. I'm blessed. Those are gifts, okay? Those are freebies, okay? Those are gimmies. That's what he does. Sometimes we miss the gift of the present moment by what? Overthinking it or living in the past or projecting too much in the future and miss the now. The gift of present is in the now. That's state of mind. Watch this. If you're stuck in your past experiences, you will miss the present gift. Man, back in the day, man, back in the day, okay, what about today? What about now? So you can't do that. And the other side to that coin, the same coin, flip it the other side. If you're stuck in, I'm going to do, I'm going to have, I'm going to be, that's the future. And if you doing that, you're missing the present gift of making it happen now. Hope this is making sense to you. The gift of keeping it real, aka living in the present, doing what's best for you, enjoy the gift. That's what a lot of people overlook and miss the gift of the present now state of mind when you're worried about what you don't have, worrying about what you're trying to get, you're overlooking what you do have. Okay? Enjoy the blessings on a day-to-day basis. They ain't guaranteed, but as long as you put the work in, that's part of the job. Self-mastery is realizing how to live and enjoy the present, preparing for the future, and you always learn from the past. If your past is repeating itself, you're not learning. Like that concept just came up with it. Why? Because when I went to prison over 40 years ago now, I vowed when I got out, I ain't going back. It's been over 40 years now. So I don't have to keep playing that game with myself. Man, nope. It's so far behind me now. I don't think about it. Again, that past is over. I don't ran that out. Okay, it's the future that I'm worried about trying to get to, and I do that by living day by day, practicing, doing, and being my best self. And I'm enjoying the gifts of the present. Let me wrap this up for you. Hope you get that. This is a life lesson that I'm sharing with you. Let's go. Live in your, live in your, learn what spiritual truth. When daily. Anything that you're doing for you, self-improvement, getting to use better at something means daily practice of it. You implement it and you perfect it by getting better by practicing it every day until you get to mastery of it, if that's what you're trying to do. And knowing thyself is the one thing that everybody's trying to get done. So understand it. You know your past. You don't know your future. Right thinkers know themselves. That's the first goal. And when you do that, everything else will be there for you. Life is a lesson. You learn it day by day, trial and error. If this didn't work yesterday, don't do it again today. Why? It didn't work yesterday, it didn't work today. If what you did yesterday worked, you keep that. Don't do the stuff that don't work. It's simple math. Keep the good, let the bad go. Okay? With knowledge of self, watch this. From your past experience, you control your future. You are in control of where you're going and how you're going to get there. That's the present. That's the gift that we tend to overlook. But when you appreciate it, what it is, oh, you ride that. I am. I know my spiritual truth that I live by, and I live in the what? The now, and enjoying the gifts of living in the present. Your past is to be learned from, for to be ready, be learned from, to be ready for what's to come in the future. Your past experiences should set you up for your future endeavors. Why? Because you learn from them and you should be prepared for where you're going and what you're going to be doing. Last one, I hope the lesson got through to you. Right thinking philosophy is what? Is living in the now. Learning, again, from the past, and you always ready for the future. Because if you live in the now, the future gonna come anyway. You'll be ready if you live in the now. That's the gift of the present. Enjoy the gift. I do. Appreciate you. Got more for you also. I'll be back.